a historic, amazing gem in Tampa that opened maybe 2 years ago. Hotel Haya in Ybor. I think it used to be like this epic gay bar. Is my understanding, and as well as a couple. Come on,
I
Shadrach,
thought it was like a
no.
cigar. That is not what I.
What's
I
that?
thought it was like a cigar factory or
I
something.
think I think there's multiple portions of
Got it.
it, but
Gay
but
on one side.
yeah,
cigar
on the other.
burly men on one side, drag
Burly men
queens
on
on
the
the
other.
other. Yeah. But
It's a shame it closed.
the architect is somewhere in Ybor, and what an amazing job they did at putting this place together. And the space where the ceremony is a new space that they just opened up, that they kind of broke into from the wall that was ballroom, and then next to that. So we have had several brides come our way, and getting married there, ask us to be a part, and we've never actually gotten to the point where we've done a wedding there. This one we did. And I'm so glad that we did. And it's just we really enjoyed the staff at Haya. We really enjoy the atmosphere at Haya. We really enjoy the materials there, the design. It's really a well done place, and we'd really encourage people to look at it as a option for a venue. The nightlife in Ybor is what it is. I mean, it's colorful. It has grit. It has Tampa all over it. And I mean, we just embraced it. And the bride and groom for this one were truly special people. They had connection to my husband. The bride's father is a retired anesthesiologist who I have ran in circles with on an annual kind of thing for a local hospital that my husband works at or did work at for their holiday party. And I know him, but I didn't know him when she came. And she, apparently we were on her radar independently. And he said, "Oh, I know somebody who does flowers," and she rolled her eyes and said, "Oh, Dad, really?" And then he pulled up our name, and she goes, "Oh, that's what I said." So, super happy accident there, or coincidence, that we were just so grateful to be a part of. So, what's your take on this experience that we had?
It was lovely. I mean, the bride was so sweet. We met initially with her sister, her mom. Like, so just the family was just incredible. And it was nice to get to know them during consultation. And they really wanted to have this kind of intimate brunch wedding, all contained at Hotel Haya. Guests were staying there. They wanted to have their ceremony during the day, have the brunch at the restaurant right on site, and kind of lean into the sort of Cuban, ties, the historical ties and everything like that. So it was just a really like simple but like authentic kind of like wedding, and the approach to it. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't, it was very smartly designed. They asked if we could, design certain elements that could then be repurposed. So it was like a very methodical way to come up with a really beautiful celebration for them and their families. And we pulled it off. And I think Hotel Haya was, as a backdrop, it was beautiful. It's super industrial looking. It has history, but it's kind of modern. And
we softened it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, that it was just beautiful. I think that like the color palette, the way that we incorporated these soft romantic kind of neutrals, and let some of the color of the restaurant, the Flora Fina, just kind of like live. And it was interesting to kind of design into a space, not like a ballroom where you kind of have to really, like transform it. Like it was almost like moving into like a beautifully designed space, and to try to like, vibe with it. So it was a cool challenge.
Meandering aisle.
Yeah.
All of these things were done specifically because the space is cold. Has these lights that are really industrial, the brick walls, all of that, cement floors, feels really cold. And you need to make it feel soft, and you need to make it feel romantic, and you need to. So we took and didn't marry them in like a straight on wall. We turned it to the doorway. And what did we do there?
They had such a beautiful, like overgrown English style arch over this historic, the traditional original entryway into the building. You know, it was just really a fun challenge creatively to work with a historic venue like that and try and highlight the best parts of it, staying true to the space while giving, you know, the couple an experience. Because I think this is one of those events where it didn't have to be the biggest or the loudest or whatever to be really, like, just really genuine, and just really meticulously thought out. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Because the space is historic, it just provides so much character to base what we bring in there. You know, it's not like you want to superimpose some design style onto it. You want to just let it be what it is and highlight the best parts of it, and not, you know, make it super complex, just really bringing the outside inside.
Yeah, it was super thoughtful and super special.
And I love that it was a brunch wedding. You know, that was my first brunch wedding here. And I've always adored that kind of like Sunday morning brunch thing. It's like super classic. Yeah. And
I think it was kind of like dark and rainy too. So it almost, I mean, you know, because when we were like lighting candles, you're like, oh, it's daytime. Like, did they even need the candlelight? Sometimes you think that, but it ended up being really overcast and kind of drizzly. And it felt kind of really, really warm on the inside. And it lent itself to kind of the vibe of the party. And
see, it's the only wedding that I recall setting up that the father of the bride
you watched
was all up in our business.
He was
right?
so curious.
Yeah, and he was just so sweet and so like inquisitive, and
back.
so he just kept coming back. It was really cute, really cute. And like Adam said, I believe is that this was the first wedding at Haya that they had done the reception in the restaurant space, which is Florafina, which is, it's just an amazing space that has really custom built banquettes with like leather velvet upholstery. It's super soft and all of these textures that are happening throughout the place, and it just felt really cozy, really cozy. I mean, from my perspective, it's literally a mile and a half down the street from us. I would love to be there more often. I mean, I feel like this wedding was just an introduction as to how we could play in that space, and we could have a lot of fun there. So super grateful for this opportunity to be there. It really meant a lot to us, and I believe it meant a lot to them too. And that's like what we do this for. It's super important to us. And I just left that weekend feeling so good about like what we do and what we contribute to the world and to people's lives. So, yeah.
Yeah, they were a sweet couple.